I want to ask you something. Have you been trying to manifest your way out of the same feeling and it just isn't working? You do all these affirmations, you've done the mindset thing, you're trying to stay positive, but emotionally, you still feel like you're standing in the same place. But what if the point right now isn't to force this next chapter, but to actually to welcome in what is being born right now? Because guess what? Today is a new moon, and the first one of 2026. And for me, that moment feels important in a very special way. I don't experience new moons as starting from zero. In fact, the way I experience them is like this. The full moon, it brings things to the surface, it highlights what's been heavy, what's been unresolved, and what needs to go. Whereas the new moon, it comes after that, today, when the room has been cleared. And the moment can be strange because once things are cleared, it's quiet in this space, it's empty, and you're left sitting there going, okay, now what do I do? So let me ask you like this. What space has already been cleared in your life, even if you didn't plan for it? Maybe something ended. Maybe you were disappointed again. Maybe you realized something that you just can't unsee. Or maybe your body and nervous system just said, you know what? I can't keep doing this. All of that is clearing. And if that's where you are right now, this moon is not asking you to pretend that you're fine. It's asking you to notice what you actually want to welcome in now that the truth is out on the table. Because there's a huge difference between manifesting from pressure and welcoming in something in with honesty. The other reason this moon feels charged to me is what's happening in the sky above us right now. We've got a real planetary congregation up there. Mercury, Mars, Venus, Pluto, the Sun, and the new moon are all gathered in the same spot in the sky today. And that doesn't feel random. It's quite rare. And when this sort of alignment happens, I don't think it's nothing. But it's not chaos either. I think it's a message. I think things are being brought into this conversation with each other because they all represent something. Communication, desire, action, relationships, power, and identity. And all of those seems sitting together in the sky at once. When that happens, it's hard to compartmentalize your life. You might notice how areas are starting to bleed into one another, how your emotions affect your motivation, how your relationships affect your direction, how old patterns show up right when you're trying to move forward. Trust me on that one, it's hard. If things have felt present lately, more layered and intertwined, that's actually making a lot of sense. Not because the planets are controlling you, but because moments like this tend to highlight what's already connected. And here's the part that I really want to emphasize. This new moon is not about thinking your way out into a better life. It's about choosing what gets to live in the space that you have already cleared. If you were not trying to impress the universe, if you weren't trying to sound spiritual or high vibration, what would you actually want to welcome in right now? And just as importantly, what would you be welcome in and what would it require of you? In an honest way, be honest with yourself here. Because welcoming in peace might require you to stop replaying the same argument in your head. Welcoming in love might require you to stop bracing for abandonment before it happens. That's hard. Welcoming in confidence might require you to stop narrating your life like it's already failing. And all of that's real work. Now, I pulled from the Moology deck today, and I got a personal issue reaches a resolution. Now, I didn't take that as something magical is going to tie itself up in a bow and make everything go away. I take it that something is coming into clarity. Something is reaching a point where I can't stay undefined anymore. And in my experience, resolution usually doesn't look so dramatic. It looks like an understanding. It looks like, so that's what this has all been about. So let me leave you with this. What are you ready to stop negotiating with? Not what are you ready to fix. What are you ready to stop negotiating with? Because that's when the new moon becomes real. When you decide what's allowed in the room and what isn't. If you feel like sharing what's coming into focus for you right now, you can leave it down in the comments. I love reading them. Don't do it for performance. No pretending. Just pure honesty with yourself. And with that, I love you all, and namaste.